Hello everyone. In this class, we will learn about isomerism in aldehydes and ketone. So let's begin. So first of all, what are isomers? So isomers basically are the molecules that have same molecular formula but have a different arrangement of atoms in space. So if we consider two or more molecules to be isomers of each other, so here just note that I am saying isomers of each other. Not you can say that one molecule is isomers of every molecule. So for isomerism, there are certain criteria. So that they have to fulfill. So the criteria is that they must possess same molecular formula and they should have different arrangement of atoms in space. And when the molecules have these criteria, have fulfilled these criteria, then they are allowed to say that they are the isomers of each other. Means the molecules possessing same molecular formula but have different arrangements will be isomers of each other. It's not that if we take an example of butane and isopropane. Butane and isopropane have same molecular formula and they possess different arrangements of atom in space, so they are the isomers of each other. But if I consider butane with octane or butane with hexane, these molecules do not possess same molecular formula, so we cannot say that they are the isomers. They are just normally a distinctive molecule. So for example, if we further look into the isomers, here this is an example: pentane, isopentane and neopentane. Okay, in this molecule you can see that all of these molecules contain 1 2 3 4 5 carbon atom and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 hydrogen atoms. Here also same. Here you can see that in isopentane isopentane have 5 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogen atoms. Similarly in neopentane molecule have 5 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogen atoms. But the remarkable property of these molecules is that all of these molecules have different arrangements of atoms in space. You can see here in normal pentane has a long chain of carbon containing 5 carbon molecules, whereas isopentane have the longest chain containing 4 carbon atoms. This one is the longest chain, and this CH3 is a substituent. Whereas in neopentane you can see the longest chain contains 3 carbon atom and the middle carbon contains 2 substituent molecules. So you can see here that although pentane, isopentane and neopentane have same molecular formula, their arrangements of atoms in space is different. So they are the isomers of each other. So now moving back to isomerism in aldehydes and ketones. So first we will learn about chain isomerism. So aldehydes containing 4 or more carbon atoms and ketones containing 5 or more carbon atoms. This is the criteria for chain isomerism, that aldehyde must have 4 or more and ketone must contain 5 or more carbon atom. So aldehyde containing 4 or more and ketones containing 5 or more carbon atom show chain isomerism, in which the isomer differ in the chain of carbon atom. Here the isomerism occurs within the chain of the carbon atoms. We may recall that in the IUPAC naming system, first priority is given to the rule that you have to consider the longest chain of carbon atoms. And here the isomers differs in that longest chain carbon atom. For example, you see that this one is butanol and this one is 2-methyl propanol. So butanol and 2-methyl propanol. In butanol, the longest chain contains 4 carbon atoms, whereas in 2-propanol, the longest chain contains 3 carbon atoms. Although they have the same molecular formula, that is C4H8O, butanol possesses 4 carbon atoms in the longest chain, and 2-methyl propanol possesses 3 carbon atoms in its longest chain. So we can say that butanol and 2-methyl propanol are chain isomers of each other. Moving to ketones, here we can see pentane 2-on and 3-methyl but 2-on. In pentane 2-on, the longest chain contains 5 carbon atoms, and in 3-methyl butane 2-on, the longest chain contains 4 carbon atoms and a substituent in carbon number 3. So pentane 2-on and 3-methyl butane 2-on are isomers of each other, as they differ in chain isomers of each other as they differ in the longest chain of carbon atoms. So moving to positional isomerism. Now in this isomerism, only aromatic aldehyde shows position isomerism. Aliphatic aldehydes do not show any positional isomerism. I will tell you how they cannot show position isomerism. So in this one, higher ketones, higher in the sense higher molecular formula ketones and aromatic aldehydes exhibit position isomerism, in which the isomers differ in the position of carbonyl group. So here the isomers differs in the position of the carbonyl group. This is the must, position of the carbonyl group. So if we look into the example, that is pentane 2-on and pent 3-on, we can see that in pentane 2-on, the carbonyl group is situated at carbon number 2, whereas in pentane 3-on, the carbonyl group is situated at carbon number 3. So the carbonyl group differs in the position of the longest chain of carbon. So we can say that pentane 2-on and pentane 3-on are positional isomers of each other. Now, positional isomerism is shown only by aromatic aldehydes. In case of aldehydes, of course, aliphatics do not show. Why aliphatic do not show? Because in aliphatic aldehydes, CHO group is always present at the end of carbon chain. So if you look into the examples, see here this one propanol, this one is aldehyde. Here the carbonyl group is situated at carbon number 1. Further, in butanol, the carbonyl group is also situated in position number 1. In 2-methyl propanol also, the carbonyl group, that is the aldehyde group, is in the first position. So aliphatic aldehydes do not show position isomerism because the carbonyl group is always present at the end of the carbon chain. That is, the carbonyl group gets the lowest number according to IUPAC nomenclature. And in position isomerism, isomer must differ in the position of carbonyl group. So aliphatic aldehydes do not show position isomerism, but aromatic aldehydes show position isomerism. How? You can check here that if we consider this molecule, this is a cyclic molecule. This one is 2-methyl benzaldehyde. This one is 4-methyl benzaldehyde, and the next one is and the next one is 3-methyl benzaldehyde. So in this one we can see here that the carbonyl group here and the methyl group here, in this one they are ortho to each other. In this one, carbonyl group and methyl group, they are para to each other, whereas in this 3-methyl benzaldehyde molecule both the groups are meta to each other. Here you can see that this one is ortho, this one is para, and this one is meta. So the carbonyl groups differs in position as ortho, meta, ortho, para, and meta. So here numbering is not the factor. Here the factor is this carbonyl group is ortho, this carbonyl group is para, and this carbonyl group is meta. So these three molecules have the same molecular formula and have different positions of carbonyl group. One is ortho, one is para, and another one is meta. So these three molecules are positional isomerism, are positional isomers of each other. Next, moving to functional isomerism. So aliphatic aldehydes and ketones are the functional isomers. Functional isomers. By name only we can tell that here the functional groups are different in the molecules. So aliphatic aldehydes and ketones. Aliphatic aldehydes contain aldehyde group, that is CHO group, and ketones contain a carbonyl group which is bonded to two different carbon atoms. So aliphatic aldehydes and ketones are functional isomers of each other because they have same molecular formulae but different functional groups. Here the functional groups are different. In propanol you can see the carbonyl carbon contains one hydrogen atom. So the functional group is aldehydic functional group, that is CHO. Whereas in propan 2-on, the carbonyl group is not bonded to any hydrogen atom. Here the functional group is CO. That is, it is a ketonic functional group. So this propanol and propan 2-on having the same molecular formula have different functional groups. So they are functional isomers of each other. Next we move on to metamerism. So ketones show metamerism in which isomers differs in the alkyl group around carbonyl group. Now this metamerism cannot be shown by aldehydes because in aldehydes the carbonyl group contains one hydrogen atom. Here we cannot compare different alkyl groups. I mean to say that if we take an example of pentane 2-on, the ketones pentane 2-on and pentane 3-on, both have the same molecular formula C5H10O. So here in this isomerism the isomers differ in the alkyl groups around carbonyl group. So here the alkyl group you can see is propyl group and here it is methyl group. So in pentane 2 on, the left hand side of the carbonyl group is a methyl group, whereas in the right hand side it is a propyl group. So moving to pentane 3 on, the metamer of pentane 2 on, we can see here that in both sides the alkyl groups are ethyl group. So we can tell here that pentane 3 on and pentane 2 on are metamers of each other. But if we consider any aldehyde if we consider, okay, one thing is common in every aldehyde, that in one side of carbonyl group they have one hydrogen atom. That is same for each and every aldehyde present in this nature. So the alkyl group here, the main thing is they differ in the alkyl group around carbonyl group. Around carbonyl group, every aldehyde has one hydrogen atom, so they cannot exhibit metamerism. Any aldehyde, whether it is aliphatic or aromatic, simply they just cannot exhibit metamerism. So now moving to tautomerism. Both aldehydes and ketones show tautomerism. I'll be showing what is actually tautomerism. What is actually tautomerism? I will show you. So taking the example of acetaldehyde and vinyl alcohol, they have same molecular formula C2H4O. Here you see that here there is one CHO group, that is one aldehydic group, whereas in vinyl alcohol this kind of group of molecules are termed as enols. So enols, from the word en, comes from this double bond in. Alkene, from alkene en comes, and this all comes from the alcohol. So that is the molecules containing a double bond and one hydroxy group on the same carbon atom are termed as enol compounds. So these have the same molecular formula, but here I will show how this one is converted, how acetaldehyde is converted to vinyl alcohol. In this keto form and this enol form, okay, this one have the same molecular formula C3H6O. Here this one is acetophenone, sorry, here this is acetone. So you can see here that same, this one has one keto group and this one has one double bond and one hydroxy group, that is this one is the enol form of the same compound. This one is the keto form, this one is the enol form. Enol simply from double bond and one alcohol. So how this one is converted to this one, I will show you the mechanism how keto form is converting to enol form, and similarly aldehyde will also be converted to the enol form. So here you can see that this oxygen has lone pair of electrons. In any acidic medium, this oxygen will take this hydrogen, and the bond between carbon and hydrogen will move on to this carbon and the carbonyl group. So then after this rearrangement, what we will get is this carbon-carbon single bond will become a carbon-carbon double bond, and this oxygen will acquire will acquire a hydrogen group, and this carbonyl group will be converted to an alcohol group. So there are three conversions. That is, one carbon-carbon single bond is converted to carbon-carbon double bond. Carbon-oxygen double bond is converted to carbon-oxygen single bond, and this oxygen is taking this hydrogen atom. So you can see here that this one is the acetone molecule and this one is its enol form. So how the keto group is converted into its enol form? This is the acidic rearrangement. It only occurs in presence of an acid. So similarly here also in this aldehyde, same thing will occur. Now the hydrogen of the aldehyde will go from this carbon atom. So the oxygen will take hydrogen from this carbon atom, and that carbon hydrogen single bond will move on to here, and this oxygen carbon oxygen double bond will become single bond. So this is how acetaldehyde is converted to vinyl alcohol, that is the aldehyde form is converted to its enol form. So I hope that isomerism is clear to all of you. If any doubts are there, you can ask, feel free to ask. Okay, so thank you.